from Abuja.
Hello, I'm Magnus Kpakol, and this is Magnus Kpakol GVA, Global Views Africa. Today we will use the unfortunate debacle in Niger to point to the real reasons Africa's journey towards prosperity has typically ended in misery. We will also discuss some other things that matter. But before all this, we will share some pointers for your economic prosperity in our Prosperity Economics Today. PET, your pet. Our journey always is to explore how Africa and its people can find the way to economic prosperity, avoiding obstacles and pitfalls. And so, get set. Today I introduce you to prosperity economics. It is what is needed in developing countries. It is what is needed to end poverty and to start on the path of getting rich and promoting rapid economic development. RED. It is about switching the way you think about your potential and capabilities. You no longer get to meet basic goals or needs. You now pursue dreams and what is possible. Prosperity economics involves your mind, courage, and belief. But you must understand how to do it. It is about understanding the prosperity continuum that stretches from wickedness on the one hand to righteousness on the other hand. Since you can't attain righteousness, we teach you how to strive for perfection along that continuum. Striving for perfection in your behavior and in your ability to produce the goods and services that the people of the world want will get you rich. Now follow us on this show. We will show you how to correctly associate with the rich and get strong and sustainable positive contagion. We need the rich folks to continue to get richer in our communities. We need to help them as our anchors. Stay with us on this one. You won't go wrong. Up next, some other things that matter. Fuel prices will surely rise in Nigeria in the coming months. In my view, reaching about 800 naira per liter before it settles. Already, it is being announced that the landing cost for PMS rose by 37.4% in July. It climbed to 632 naira per liter in July from 460 naira per liter in June. Making matters worse is round tripping that has quickly come back into the foreign exchange market to compound the woes caused by a weakening naira due to poor revenue growth from low crude oil sales volumes. Gasoline price rise in Nigeria could actually moderate or turn lower if the naira can be supported by increased petroleum exports. As news broke of the coup in Niger, the world watched with bated breath. But amidst the headlines and geopolitical analysis, we must not forget the African perspective. Today we shed light on the problems of foreign interference, a recurring challenge that has plagued African nations for far too long. First, note that Niger is a country with a rich history and a proud people. Because of its natural endowments, it has unfortunately become a hotspot today for external meddling. I believe that the principal causes of underdevelopment are insecurity and human capital deficiency. and each one reinforces the other, creating a poverty trap and then a vortex of battle to decide how to escape. From the time of the Atlantic slave trade through the colonial era to the present day, Africa has been a playground for foreign powers, their interests often taking precedence over our own. So is now the time for Africa to reclaim the narrative? Is this what has caused the putschs, or shall we call them coups, in Niger, led by General Abdurrahman Chiani, to seize power from Mohamed Bazoum, whom they feel was betraying their country? So why are the Americans, the French, the Russians, or even the Chinese involved? Is Niger involved in these people's internal business back home in their own countries? Or maybe they are international good Samaritans, since African neighbors for years merely passed by? Well, I don't think so. Even so, I believe America means well in promoting democracy and is not in Niger to forcefully seize any natural endowments. But can we say the same for the Russians, and especially the French, who have a notorious history in West Africa? And has ECOWAS fallen into an internal diplomatic vortex, lured by various intentions? I insist that the time has come for ECOWAS to stand up with dignity. ECOWAS, led by President Tinubu, can end the crisis in Niger and save itself from implosion and consequential disaster for the economic development of the region. In my view, ECOWAS has no capacity today to prosecute a war that will avoid destroying lives among the frontline populations in Niger and Nigeria. Or has ECOWAS decided to destroy Nigeria as we know it? As Nigerians themselves say it, it is not our portion. But it will be our portion if we listen to my old mentor, Alassane Ouattara, President of Ivory Coast, who is clearly wrong on this one. Let me briefly summarize some of the dire consequences that we can now avoid. 1. Political instability and investor confidence, delineated as follows: destruction of lives and property, disruption of governance and policy continuity, worsening of the security situation and increased risk perception, then reduction in foreign direct investment and aid flows. 2. Destruction of economic base and obstruction of economic activity can include the following: mining and natural resources, agriculture and food security, infrastructure development, and human capital destruction and brain drain in the erosion of skilled workforce and talent flight. 3. Regional spillover effects, such as destabilization and insecurity in neighboring countries, disruption of regional trade and economic integration, and weakening of regional organizations. I'm Magnus Kpakol, and that's my view.